Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everyone. I hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to today's Najo Donuts news special. If you ain't ready yet, grab your cup of joe, preferably Krispy Kreme, genocide free, you know what I'm saying? And let's get ready for the show. So today we have in sports, we have that Liverpool and Man City tie their game 1-1 with goals from both Haaland and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Stalemate, done very, very well in the game. Obviously good for Arsenal because Arsenal managed to barely scrape by with a header from Kai Havertz in the dying minutes of the game between the legs of the keeper. Happy days, and put Arsenal at the top of the league. Said we are top the league. Said we are top the league. We are top the league. Said we are top the league. And Tottenham lose 2-1 to Aston Villa. How you doing, fam? But it's not all good news because the Commanders did get absolutely annihilated by the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day, 45-10. And Ron Rivera's exit is looking more and more likely. He may get sacked before the end of the season, which isn't much longer, to be honest with you. And I think it's like 5 more games anyway, something like that. They're not going to make the playoffs most likely. And yeah, we're pretty much done. But I have high hopes with the new owners. You know, total revamp of the whole team, just like Arsenal had to do, man. Except Arsenal obviously didn't get new owners. But they did a whole new, just throw everything out. In with the new, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, hopefully a new culture will be added to that team. Hopefully a new stadium as well, because that stadium is absolute garbage. I'm hoping that in the next 5 years, though, that we can be, you know, Super Bowl contending, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, in economics, y'all right? You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know all about the money, you know. And, first up in economics, we have that Li Auto in China is building their very first ever all-electric car. And get this, on a 12-minute charge can take you 310 miles. That is absolutely insane. It'll be releasing sometime in February, I believe. So with already about 10,000 people already reserving their spots for it. Yeah, I don't know exactly how much the car is going to be. I tried to look that up. It still seems a little bit hidden. I can't imagine it being all that cheap, but I guess we'll have to see for ourselves, right? So, in other news, we have that Sheikh bin Salman is encouraging all countries to follow suit with the stopping of sales of arms to Israel amidst the conflict. At this past BRICS summit this past Tuesday, it was announced. So, hopefully other countries will follow and stop giving aid to Israel. We'll see what happens. It's not looking good, guys. Even with this, I mean, what is it really going to do? We'll just have to wait and find out, right, guys? And in other news, we have that young college dropouts are actually becoming very hopeful for a resurgence of the crypto market after going from a $3 trillion industry to a $1 trillion industry. It has recently shown signs of rejuvenation, with Bitcoin nearly doubling in price, actually a little more than double value, up to 40K this year. So I know a lot of us probably lost a lot of money in Shiba Inu, come on, guys. Shiba to the moon, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, no. We'll see what happens, though. Everybody's waiting for it to hit that 1 cent, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it's going to happen, you know, guys. And in entertainment news, we have that Melissa Barrera was fired from Scream 7 due to comments deemed anti-Semitic, sparking debate amongst fans, obviously. And Jenna Ortega, as well, has also exited Scream 7, apparently saying that there were scheduling conflicts with the show Wednesday. Not too sure about that. I do have a good feeling that she's against all the humanitarian stuff that's, yeah. So, leaving the film without its 2 final girls is definitely raising some questions about the story's direction. So, I don't know what the directors are going to do with this now. We'll just have to wait and find out, I guess, guys, right? The actor said that she condemned anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, but would continue to speak out on the Israel and Hamas conflict. She has described Israel as committing genocide and brutally killing innocent Palestinians, mothers, and children under the pretense of destroying Hamas. Western media only shows the Israeli side. Why do they do that? I will let you deduce for yourself, she wrote on the 22nd of October, adding, "We don't need more hate, no Islamophobia, no anti-Semitism." I mean, do you guys think that's anti-Semitic? Let me know down in the comments below, guys. The original writers of the show said that we have a zero-tolerance policy for anti-Semitism or the incitement of hate in any form, including false references to genocide, ethnic cleansing, Holocaust distortion, and anything that flagrantly crosses the line into hate speech, a Spyglass spokesperson told Variety. The Guardian has not confirmed which post Spyglass was referring to, but if that was the post, if that is considered anti-Semitic, and which Holocaust wasn't even mentioned, so I don't see how that's Holocaust distortion. This is just one of many celebrities deciding to speak out and condemn what is going on. Many actors have signed a petition, actually, calling for the ceasefire, such as Mark Ruffalo, Bradley Cooper, and even Drake, apparently. But many people are afraid to speak out. But guys, ask yourselves this. We are all tested with different things in life. You know, I often hear about how can there be a God with such suffering around the world? My response to that is we're all tested with different things. Some of us are tested with poverty and famine and bombings. I heard a statement from these people that really shook me to my core, guys. They said that we know what we're being tested with here in these war-torn areas, but you guys in your luxury homes, in your estates, you know, having all the food you want, you can eat to your fill and, you know, whatnot. Do you guys really not think that you are being tested as well? You know, it's actually more worrisome for you guys because you don't even realize you are being tested. You have wealth, what do you use it for? You have influence, what do you use it for? Do you care more about what's right, or do you care more about preserving your wealth status or fame rather than trying to use it to stand up for what's right and for others who are suffering around the world? Guys, man, like, you know, again, there's gonna come a day that lasts 50,000 years, according to narrations. Don't come with it unprepared without any good deeds, guys. Allah tests us with our wealth, with our health, positions of power, and many other things, both excess of it and lack thereof. And what is our reliance upon Allah in all of these situations? We gotta try to see how do we persevere and how do we come out better people on top. They're very difficult situations to get through, guys, whether you're tested with goodness in life or you're tested with affliction. You know, it's important to be reliant upon Allah and to try to come out on top and not weaker, you know, at the end of it. And in world news, we have that the Pope comes out in favor of Palestine and criticizing the Israeli attacks on the civilian population of Gaza, saying that it's not a war, it's terrorism, which hard to really disagree with that at this point. In other world news, we also have that 3 Palestinian students were shot for wearing a keffiyeh scarf in Vermont, one of them being in very critical condition, so they have not yet found the gunman responsible, but inshallah they will in the coming days. Also in other news, Hamas has released 13 Israeli hostages, so let's see if we're actually moving towards peace during this ceasefire, or are they just allowing them to fill their bellies before they get slaughtered again? I mean, let's be real, guys. Yeah, this ceasefire thing for a few days, I mean, it's nice, but if it's just going to go back to the same exact thing, I mean, a former Obama administration official, his name is, what's his name again? Stuart Seldowitz, apparently caught on tape making some very, very anti-Islamic remarks, pretty much all being untrue. I mean, he made allegations that, a'udhu billah, that the Prophet ﷺ had forced himself upon his daughter, and he didn't even know the difference between, you know, Aisha actually being a wife of his, and he said that she was his daughter. I mean, it was just all kinds of nonsense that the guy was just mixing up. And the Prophet ﷺ never forced himself upon anybody, first of all. But let alone, he doesn't even know, like, who these people are within the chronological timeline or within the family. So it's like, you know, the guy clearly has no idea what he's talking about for the most part. He was calling for more genocide. He said that 4,000 children was not enough. Just an absolutely disgusting human being. Whether that's freedom of speech or he should be arrested for that, that's a whole other discussion. That I don't know the full details of that. I guess he was harassing the guy, so I guess you can kind of see that that would be potential for arresting if he's just continuously coming back and harassing the guy at his business after being told to leave. Kind of could see that as maybe trespassing in a way. Yeah, in all honesty, guys, though, this whole situation is just, you know, it's very tragic. You know, I watched Piers Morgan discuss these things with Norman Finkelstein, and I thought it was a phenomenal conversation, to be honest with you guys. You know, check that out if you haven't already. But yeah, I usually like to end on a high note, guys. So there's some very sad clips you guys can have seen on Instagram probably. There was a father hugging and kissing his child before wrapping her for burial. It's something that no parent should ever have to see. or go through, let alone, on a daily basis. This is happening in Palestine and Gaza, and in the West Bank. So at an astonishing rate, especially obviously in Gaza, West Bank, obviously not as much, but still atrocities going on there as well. It's something we just can't ignore. Check out Penny Appeal if you guys want to donate meals for all the hungry kids and people of Palestine all over the world, for that matter, as well. They do charities and stuff all over the world. Like I said, great charity organization. You'd be surprised what difference you guys can make with such a small amount of donation, and what a large reward you could receive from Allah Azza wa Jal. So I hope to see you all in the next video, inshallah. Keep your money up, keep your salat up, and bless me up by subscribing down below. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.